Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Nelson. Here's a look at what's going on this week in the news. We begin with news from Rome. On the feast of the body and blood of Christ, Pope Francis celebrated an evening mass on the steps of a Rome parish and led Eucharistic benediction after a Corpus Christi procession. During his homily at the mass, the Pope focused on the gospel story of the multiplication of the loaves and the connection between the Eucharist and blessings.
Pope Francis celebrated Corpus Christi in a smaller Roman neighborhood. It's off the beaten path without many public facilities and characterized by a lower quality of life. However, Pope Francis asked them not to be carried away by anger that consumes one when they don't have as much as others. Moreover, he advised them to follow the example of Christ's disciples, who shared what little they had with the hungry.
Nella nostra città affamata di amore e di cura, che soffre di degrado e abbandono, davanti a tanti anziani soli, a famiglie in difficoltà, a giovani che stentano a guadagnarsi il pane e ad alimentare i sogni, il Signore ti dice: tu stesso dà loro da mangiare.
The Pope not only asked for generosity, but went a step further and asked for a lifestyle change. Instead of cursing, he invited them to look more at the positive than at the negative, following in Jesus' example.
È triste invece vedere con quanta facilità oggi si fa il contrario, si maledice, si disprezza, si insulta. Presi da troppa frenesia, non ci si contiene e si sfoga rabbia su tutto e tutti. Spesso, purtroppo, chi grida di più è più forte e chi è più arrabbiato sembra avere ragione e raccogliere consenso. Non lasciamoci contagiare dell'arroganza.
This neighborhood, Casal Bertone, was a district that suffered bombings from World War II. Despite this history, many Romans decided to settle there after the war. The Corpus Christi procession went through its streets, led by the Cardinal Vicar of Rome, Angelo De Donatis. Pope Francis, as he usually does on these occasions, imparted the final blessing before returning to the Vatican.
Looking now at news from around the world, the Vatican women's soccer team in their first international match decided not to play after members of the opposing team revealed slogans of protest against the Catholic Church. The Vienna women's soccer team had invited the new Vatican team to Austria as part of the Vienna team's 25th anniversary celebrations. However, during the playing of the Vatican anthem just before the match was to begin, several members of the Vienna team lifted their shirts to show protests painted on their bellies and backs, one of which said, "My body, my rule." At the same time, in the stands, someone unfurled a banner reading "Against homophobia." According to Vatican News, the protest took the Vatican players by surprise, and along with the coaches, they made the difficult decision not to play the match so as to prevent the manipulation of an event they had prepared for with joy. Just over half of the Vatican women's team is comprised of Vatican employees. The others are the wives and daughters of employees. Looking now at news from the Vatican, Pope Francis met with 280 young people from 109 countries who took part in a post-synod youth forum in Rome. The Dicastery for Laity, the Family and Life had asked bishops' conferences around the world to identify 2 young adult leaders to participate in the forum, which was held at a retreat center just south of Rome. Speaking to the participants, the Pope told them that they are called to bring the light of Christ into the darkness of the world.
On Saturday, the Pope met with the participants at the International Youth Forum. The encounter was organized to see how the 2018 Synod on Youth, Faith, and Vocation is being applied. The participants were very happy, which was especially evident at the beginning. First, Cardinal Kevin Farrell explained to the Pope what they've been doing these days.
Juntos rezamos y reflexionamos para realizar sus propuestos en los diversos contextos locales.
Later, this young woman from El Salvador told him that after 3 days with people from all over the world, she's impressed by the universality of the church.
Durante estos días, hemos vivido la experiencia de una iglesia universal y la riqueza de la diversidad cultural.
Pope Francis asked the youth to be protagonists of their time. He also encouraged them to love their friends, even if they don't have faith.
Ustedes, queridos jóvenes, están llamados a ser la luz en la oscuridad de la noche de tantos compañeros que aún no conocen la alegría de la vida nueva en Jesús.
The Pope reminded them they matter and are very important for the Church today, both in Rome and in their home countries.
Ustedes son el hoy de Dios, el hoy de la Iglesia. No solo el futuro, no, el hoy. O la juegan hoy o perdieron el partido, hoy.
He also asked them to strive to remain united, since the world is constantly more and more divided.
Solos no sobrevivirían. Se necesitan mutuamente para marcar de verdad la diferencia en un mundo cada vez más tentado por las divisiones. Y las divisiones traen guerras, traen enemistad. Y ustedes tienen que ser el mensaje de la unidad.
Before leaving them, he spoke of the next World Youth Day in Portugal 2022. He recalled the motto is Mary got up and left without delay, and asked them to be as available as the mother of Jesus.
Along with the theme for the International World Youth Day in 2022, the Pope also announced the themes for the next two local celebrations. For 2020, the theme is Young Man, I Tell You Arise from Luke's Gospel. And for 2021, Arise, I have appointed you as a witness of what you have seen from the Acts of the Apostles. Finally in the news, a charter bus carrying members from Aquinas Newman Center at the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque crashed Sunday afternoon near Pueblo, Colorado, as it was making its way back from Steubenville of the Rockies Catholic Youth Conference in Denver. The crash killed at least two people, the 22-year-old driver and a young seminarian from the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. Colorado State Police reported 13 other passengers sustained injuries ranging from minor to critical. The Denver Archdiocese released a statement sending their prayers and deepest condolences to the families and friends of those who were killed, and prayers for healing and comfort for those who were injured. Archbishop John Wester of Santa Fe is scheduled to celebrate a Mass of Healing June 26th at the Newman Center for the victims of the crash. Well, that is all the information we have for you this time with Kevin Nelson. Don't forget, you can keep up to date on Catholic news throughout the week. The Catholic News Break right here on the Catholic TV network.